Welcome to Wages of Cine's 31 Days of Horror. I am Eric Miller, and my special guest today,
Kate Hargrove.
Kate Hargrove. She is awesome. Today we are reviewing 2004's Saw, the first one, and I guess what some people think the best. Now, fun fact, Kate has never seen Saw before until 2 days ago.
Until 2 days ago, and already I'm in the third one.
And already she's watching number 3. So, what were your impressions? You don't like horror.
I hate horror because I can't sleep. When I close my eyes, I see everything I just watched, and it takes me weeks to get over it. So just once a year, I watch one horror film, just because, October.
And she was gracious enough to watch this movie with me for the first time. Okay, so what did you think? Tell me your thoughts on Saw.
Well, when the opening scene comes on, and you get the blonde guy from Princess Bride, I already knew it was worth it just for that reason. So that's my little girl thing.
Nothing wrong with Wesley.
Yeah, is that what his name is?
In Princess Bride.
See, I don't
Carrie Elwes.
Okay, I don't know the actors' names. I don't know the guys' names in the movie. So every time we'll talk about people in the movie, I'll say the detective or the ex-detective. I don't remember.
In a year from now, everybody, she will have all these horror movies watched.
Maybe.
No, it will happen. Okay, so you saw Wesley and you were enthralled.
Yeah, I saw him and I was enthralled, and I didn't enjoy it for most of half the first part, just because my heart rate was so high and I was kind of just clenching onto my pillow. And I kept looking over to Eric to see if he would look at me, because usually people look at me to let me know something's going to happen, but he never did. He didn't give anything away.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I know, right? It did kind of remind me of the show Bones a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because it's just a murder mystery. I kept thinking it was going to be this scary guy with a chainsaw coming out and hacking people to death for some reason, because the movie's called Saw, and I just saw the cover of the severed foot. Yeah. And I didn't look it up because I don't know, when you see a cover with the severed foot on it.
You didn't read the synopsis?
No, I didn't. I didn't need to see more than just the cover.
And you somehow managed to survive, 12 years without anyone ever telling you what happened?
No, I mean, we used to own all of them, but the covers freaked me out so much, I made Kaylee get rid of them, and he was very upset. But,
Kaylee is her loving husband.
Oh yeah, it is. And now I feel bad.
Well, the synopsis, I'll read that real quick. Two strangers awaken in a room with no recollection of how they got there or why, and soon discover they are pawns in a deadly game perpetrated by a notorious serial killer. So did you enjoy, without giving it away, we don't want to spoil anything for people who have not seen it, although apparently everyone but you has seen it.
Everyone but me.
Did you like the various twists throughout, or as the story unfolded, did you begin to like it more? As you said, halfway you were kind of like
Yeah, I didn't really think it had a lot of twists until the end.
Yeah.
The camera kind of gave it away a lot. When something was about to happen, it would zoom in on the tripwire first. Or if some guy was behind it, it would quick show his face, or the music would get louder, or the camera would do something weird. It would always give it away.
I know what you're saying. Okay. That's a good point.
It wasn't till the end it didn't give it away.
But the end, the very end, which is what your husband told you, has got a great twist at the very end.
Yeah.
Which when I first saw it, I was like, oh.
I know.
That's exactly what I did, by the way.
I didn't really say anything. I was in shock a little bit because I thought I had the movie figured out.
But you did not.
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Well, you said you seem to have notes. How many pages of notes?
I have notes. I was going to try to pretend like I wasn't looking at them.
No, you didn't look at your notes.
Yeah, let's see what else I wrote. Well, you can talk about, you're the one reviewing this movie.
Well, you're helping me.
Say.
Well, I saw it back in the day, and actually after that they've had six sequels so far.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're actually making a new one.
What?
Coming next year. It's called Saw Reborn, I believe.
Well, wasn't it called Saw the Last Chapter or something, the seventh one?
No.
It's not?
Nice try.
Okay, I thought it was something.
So there's 7 that are made, and there's an 8th coming out next year. And what they did is they had one come out every year on Halloween, or Halloween time.
Okay.
So that you could you got the year of Saw. Okay. So for 7 years, yeah, and it was people, it made money. And like I was telling you earlier, the first one, you know, there was gore, but not too much. And as the movies progressed, it kind of switched to the murder. The mystery was still there, but there was like, let's see how these two people can die the gruesomest. And as you continue watching it, and you're midway through number 3 right now.
Yeah.
And if you continue watching the rest of them, you will see it just kind of gets gorier and gorier, and let's, you know, make a prop with blood shooting everywhere. But again, having watched all 7, when you step back and look how everything is intertwined.
So it makes it worth it?
I think so. It's great. The writers have a good idea, and they just kept it going. Okay, sorry. To your notes.
Well, I did notice how most of it was filmed in the same room,
Yeah.
or half of it, and I didn't know that works so well. It's kind of like the show Friends. It's all filmed in the same room. Does that have to do with budget, or is
Did
that
you
on
just make
purpose?
a comparison between Saw and Friends?
Well, yeah.
That's a good mashup. We could have the 6 characters from Friends trapped in a room, chained to walls. They'll be there for you.
Oh dear, they'll be there for you.
Cue the theme song now.
I'm so excited for you to watch Friends now. Yeah, anyways, back to Saw. I wrote in my notes here that the fake looking blood helped my nerves calm down a little bit, because I seem to take movies a little too seriously, and I've seen a lot of blood in life.
Yeah.
So it was kind of helpful that that wasn't as realistic, but I have to say the next ones are a lot more realistic and
Yeah, because they get a lot bloodier and gorier, and let's watch someone.
yeah, this one was a little, you could enjoy the movie more and not freak out because it looks like it's actually happening. And you know, when they're severing off feet, I have to say I've seen
Spoiler alert.
surgery live
Oh.
by accident, but
Yeah.
it's a lot more spraying than this film was.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Fun fact.
yeah, fun fact. But I don't know if ankles and knees are different spray-wise, but knees spray.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of made me, I think most people in life have moments where they don't want to live anymore and don't value their life.
Yes.
So that kind of had that thought-provoking moment of, oh my goodness, someone's going to come and murder me now because I recently didn't really want to live. I was like, oh no, Eric's making me watch this movie on purpose. I was like, is he trying to tell me something?
No.
But then I remembered, I was the one who told you I was going to watch this movie. So it wasn't your fault. But yeah, I did have that thought. Yeah, because they had that whole section where he was saying the guy who was slitting his wrist, was he just doing it to get attention? I was like, oh, is that why you do it? And
Yeah.
I got distracted from the movie at that scene.
I was like,
That. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, oh, this part you noticed. The movie was super, super quiet, and I had to keep turning up the volume.
yes.
And then as soon as I'd get it to the right level, something awful would happen, and then boom! Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't what happened that was scary, it was just the fact that the volume was so loud that it was
Yeah, they're talking very softly, and then all of a sudden you go to a chase scene and it's super crazy loud, and you have to turn the volume down. You had sleeping children.
Well, I wasn't doing it for sleeping children, I was doing it so I wouldn't be as terrified.
Oh.
I couldn't sleep through anything.
So actually it had its desired effect of scaring you.
It did, it worked. It works. And I was glad I wasn't in a movie theater where I didn't have a remote control.
Yes.
So, yeah. Yeah, I'm did watch it on a big screen. I think I only have a couple more notes.
Keep them going.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think I already said this before, but it was just that the whole movie kind of made you trust it, like I was saying before, where it always gave you clues to what was happening, and so you're never surprised. It was the sound that scared me, not the fact that I didn't know it was coming. I always knew it was coming until that last scene, and I think that's why that last scene works so well. It's just because it was so unlike the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, there is some things that didn't make sense about the ending, you know, once you thought back on it, that I can't spoil, but
I would say there's a good chance watching the sequels that it'll everything,
it'll make more sense.
it'll all kind of tie together. You're like, oh yeah, this happened 3 movies ago, and now I know why it happened.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I haven't watched all of them.
It's yeah, you'll get there.
I'll get there.
You'll get there
So now
down
there's like questions. I still have a lot of questions.
Well, you have all 7, and you can watch all 7. And Kaylee can watch them with you.
Yeah, Kayla's is thanks, by the way.
Oh, no problem. No problem. I actually, when I watched this the first time, I didn't, put much thought into the mechanics behind the plot. When you realize why Jigsaw does what he does, people, in his mind, they've lost the survival instinct, which is why he carves out a piece of Jigsaw, a missing piece of their life. And it turns out when you learn, this is not a spoiler, I feel, Jigsaw is a terminal cancer patient. And in watching that for the second time with you, it kind of struck me as like a big kind of slap in the face, like people who don't appreciate the fact that they're alive. And it just kind of, that's probably why I was so quiet. I think you actually said there's something wrong, and I just was kind of processing that.
Okay.
And I kind of got sad and upset, even though I'm watching a horror movie, and maybe I shouldn't, but does that make sense?
This is an emotional.
Yeah, just seeing someone in a position, not that I've been in, but I can definitely relate to, as can you. It's just, there's a mindset, a shift in your mentality of, I need to stop taking everything for granted.
Yeah.
And start, doing my thing. And maybe that was off topic, I'm sorry, but.
It was on topic. I go back and forth whether thinking he really has some good in him that's really just trying to get people to think.
Yeah.
Now that I'm in the third one, I don't know.
Again, watching the rest,
Okay.
you'll learn why he does what he does. And again, for me, I kind of felt bad for him. Yes, he's kind of a ruthless guy. He kidnaps and people die because of him. But he, in the core, like you were saying, he's a good guy. He's just taken the wrong path. He took the wrong path, and boy, did he ever take the wrong path.
That gets pretty good movies out of it.
Yes, you do. It's a moneymaker. So you want to rate this?
Yes.
I have told Kate about our 1 to 5 scale, 1 being you would never watch it again, didn't like it too much, and 5 being you really enjoyed it, you definitely would watch it again at some point in the future.
Okay, well, what's a 3? Is that just or it was good?
It's up to you. Honestly, it's the user,
Okay.
a 5 is like Princess Bride. You'd watch it again because it's such a great movie, even though you know everything that happens. Yes, and 1 is like, well, I don't know what your version of a bad movie is, but I have plenty of bad movies under my belt.
Yeah, I usually look them up first.
Oh, cheater. Yeah, you can, whatever, 1 to 5, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go.
I'm going to give this because this is the first movie, and this is my thing. This year, I'm taking the first movie of film franchises.
Oh, okay.
So I'm doing Saw 1, I'm doing Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, the firsts.
Lots of old movies.
Yeah, lots of old movies, but they were all kind of genre-defining movies. This movie kind of defined the Gorn, because like I said, as they got more, as the sequels went up, the blood and guts went up. But this one kind of was definitely a genre-defining movie for me. So I will give this, because I like the mod, I'll give it 4 Wesleys.
4,
I
Four
stopped.
Wesleys.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I can watch this movie probably once every couple months.
Really?
And even though I know what happens, it's still, I enjoy the way it plays out.
Okay. Well, for the first 3/4 of the movie or so, I was thinking about 3 7 feet, 3.5 7 feet, a little bit. But then once that last scene came, it was, I don't know if it really is a 4.57 feet for me exactly, but I literally have seen one horror movie a year since I married Kaylee 8 years ago. And this is the only one that made me want to watch part 2 and then part 3. And none of the others I have wanted to watch sequels, and I actually dread Halloween because what movie is Kaylee going to pick for me? And now I'm actually excited, and I think there's probably other good ones out there too now.
So your official rating is?
Yeah, 4.25. Is that a thing?
4 1/4?
Yeah, 4 1/4 7 feet.
Whoa, make that happen, guys.
Good luck.
Awesome. Well, awesome. Well, thank you for watching it with me, and for reviewing it, and for showing our viewers. Hopefully we'll get lots of people saying, hey, I know this movie.
Yeah, see.
Because it's Halloween, it's awesome.
And I'm totally local people listening.
Yes, so we'll put a link up somewhere on the, don't point at me, I'm not the link, probably somewhere here or up there. Subscribe, like, do all that good stuff you do on Facebook. I wonder if my cat is currently.
I hope he is, or she.
And that's all, folks. Have a great and safe Halloween. Thank you again, Kate, for everything. And you're always welcome back on the couch of Wages of Cine. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.